Hello everyone, Krydex here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. We're closing in on 100 episodes at this point, which is crazy. I think this is 92, maybe? I don't remember. Somewhere around 92 at this point. But yeah, we are going strong on our train-based base here. We've got stuff like moss, we've got stone in there. Now, stone we only have as a trashed item, I think, still, but that's okay. We got biomass. I mean, if we look at our inventory here, we can see we got a lot of stuff provided. It feels good. What do we need to do next, though? We need a trash ash. So that could be done. Yeah, let's do that. We need to... That's gonna need to happen in a variety of places. So, ash trash should be good to go. Now I could just belt it over to our separation thing over there, but that doesn't, I don't really want to do it that way. I'll probably just copy that system in some fashion. So wait, what is this? This is some sort of multi-trashing system. Right. I remember now. Okay. But what I need is the basic extender here. And then 1, 2, 3. That's the normal spacing, but we're gonna go 4, 5 because ash needs a lot of belts for its output. And then these need to be on channel 3 only. That one's on channel 2. Why is that on channel 2? Why is that on channel 3? Oh, because it's just requesting wood for fuel. Right. That's not trash. That's not trashing wood. My mistake. Okay. Anyway, what we want is station... basic request station. Get it lined up here. And then we need hella... Freaking autosave, man. It's the only time I wish I used Linux, is when that thing hits. And then I get sad that I don't have Linux. Alright. So then this is going to be channel dose. Request threshold 20. It's going to be requesting ash. But that's not ash. That's ash. 30 stacks. Or maybe just 40. Keep it hungry. Keep it hungry. And then... I don't know how many, but we're probably not going to need more than 2 for a long time. 2 constant belts. I just did that again. Alright. At least I'd like to think that it'll be a while before we need 2 constant belts of ash. Ash away. And then it'll be ash, trash request, FTR? Uh-oh. Final trash requester, I think is what that meant. And didn't we do priority? Yeah, -50 on these. Someone was asking me about parameterization of train stops, and I will at some point. I feel like I'm still getting the feel for how my train network even works. At some point, I will probably parameterize like a final trash requester, and that way we'll kind of already have, you know, like the station priority set to -50, and we'll already have some number of stacks requested of the thing I want to trash, you know, stuff like that. But for now, I'm okay with things the way they are. Anyway, we bring the ash over. And yeah, we've got room for more belts later. And this is a pretty simple process. I'm not sure if I want to do it exactly the same way. Do I want to switch this up at all? I don't know, it's pretty nice. Just get rid of all of it. Yeah, why don't I... Well, let's copy this part. I don't know, let's just copy the whole thing. Why not? Because a lot of it gets to get deleted anyway. I'm gonna leave more room for my stone trashing. So I'll put it like right here. This part I don't need. But yeah, this part is all handy dandy. Wait, no. Sorry, that's not gonna leave room. The whole point I put it to the left was to leave more room for expanding our stone trashing system at some point. So these need to go out and then down. Alright, and then that will split there. Loader. Loader. Split. Loader. Loader. Okay. We're out of small parts, so let's head back to the business. Grab some. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. I love me some pyanodons. And we're making progress. You know, this is where the Zen Garden approach really helps. Like, the last few episodes, we've done a lot of random stuff, for sure. I will freely admit that. But it's all adding up, right? Like, it's stuff that has to get done. And if you just keep doing stuff that has to get done, it all eventually adds up to being done. You know what I mean? Like, it will happen eventually, whatever it is. I guess victory is maybe what I'm talking about to some level, though that's a very long time away. But even just, you know, like the next science pack, like that'll happen eventually, as long as I keep doing things that need to get done. You know, we might go 4 or 5 episodes without even looking at a recipe for something new that we haven't made yet. Because that's just how the Zen Garden do. I should probably go to like 150 yellows and only 50 mechanicals, because that tends to be more what we're dealing with. Alright, am I out of any metals? You know what? Just some lead, maybe. And that's only because I haven't automated any of the fluid tanks. So I have to grab more lead and duralumin usually whenever we make fluid tanks. And I can always grab some more iron. Okay. But yeah, I should automate some of these at some point so that I don't have to keep crafting them. And then we need some separators. Separator. Okay. I don't know what else I'll need out of that group, but it doesn't seem to think we need anything, so. Let's see if that's true. I can just hop off here. Okay. Ash separation. 10 goes to how much? 0.75. I don't know why I need 2 mechanical inserters for that. They already claim they can do more than that, and then on top of that, they... Well, I guess when they're inserting from a chest, that actually might give the advertised speed. When they're inserting from a belt that's backed up, they actually go slightly faster, but they might actually get that exact speed in this case. Anyway, those should be fast enough. This gets all the random smelties done, and then at that point, I might just burn everything, because this is meant as a final deletion method. I could provide those iron plates. You know what feels weird is what I almost would rather do is use those iron plates to generate, because what are we talking? 10 ash is 5% iron oxide, which means 10 ash is 0.025 iron plates. Because an oxide, I think it's 2 oxides to 1 plate. So 100 ash gets me so 200 ash gets me 1 iron oxide, which is only 1 iron stick. But what I'm thinking is that iron stick to dirt or stone recipe. Once we have the excavation. Because then that 1 iron stick is 2.5 stone, and then we're turning ash into stone in a really weird roundabout way. But yeah, so that'll grab the coal dust. The question is this enough coal dust for every... Oh yeah, it should be. Yeah, it really should be. Because 2 soot only makes a few ore anyway. We're gonna get 10 coal dust for every 1 iron oxide. Surely that's enough. Because that's 30 megajoules of energy. And this recipe is actually really fast, even. So yeah, all that to say, this has coal dust on it. And everything else. And then what I'm gonna do is just... Yeetus deletus on the whole shebang. We are still gonna have extra coal dust, I guess. So how do I get rid of that? Do we have a recipe yet to get rid of it? No, we don't. Not till blue science, in fact. So the only way we can delete it is boilers. I don't know how many we'll need. We could get up to 2.5 coal dust, which is... These consume 3.7 megawatts. That's about 1.2 coal dust a piece. So this is actually perfect. We'll do a third just to be safe. Gas vent. Boom. Pump jack. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I guess we need power from below. Oh, my bots are turned off. That's what's going on. Okay. And with any amount of luck, this should just work. So let's see, I guess we want to filter off coal dust. Feed the burner first, and then the rest of it gets fed into these. Oh, but see, this is why this is annoying, because then these make more ash, which then has to be returned. For burnage up here in that one. So there is a bit of a weirdness here. But that should do it. I think... Can't know for sure until we're done, but we could always run a little bit of a 1000 ash test run. Seems like working properly. By the way, why don't I see ash here? Oh, there it is. Divided by 2 stations. Can I search for ash and it will show me? No, but I can do item filter on ash, which I can never seem to find. Where is it? Right there, on the right side. Okay. Ash provide? What is that? Just providing a bunch of ash? Oh, for trees. Yeah, for trees. Right. But there's ash requested. Okay. And the niobium block trash provide is on channel 1 only. Okay, yeah, good. So that's providing ash. That will then, when this one finally generates a request, it'll grab from that one first because that's priority 1. But then, once we have more than 30 stacks of ash, it'll start building up into here, and then eventually that'll get delivered to our -50. I also just realized we're subtracting off 30 stacks. So that means this ash filling should be more like 55 stacks. Because I had it stopping at exactly 50 stacks, which is exactly 1 trash cargo wagon past the 30 stacks. So I don't know if I like that. Anyway, these are now running full tilt. They're all green. That feels really good to see. These are not all green, but because of bricks. So that actually means we needed more. I need to go throw some more bricks in there. I have 1,000, so let's do that. Where am I going? Down here? And then that should get us full time running. Surely 250 more is enough. Seems like that's... There we go. So now the stone bricks will actually be backed up a little bit. Every building always has access to stone bricks the moment that it wants them. Or warm stone bricks the moment that it wants them. Okay, perfect. Nice. And yeah, I mean, these are almost full, so we've got tons of hot air. Hot air I can now consider free. And when I say free, I just mean we have a really big or efficient system making it. That's what I mean by free. Sweet. Okay, what's next? I mean... We did that. We've got ash trash. Your ash is trash. Utilize tailings from copper. That feels like a later thing. Get rid of sodium hydroxide. Do we need to do that yet, though? We already are. So really, it's only once... Yeah, we're fine on this. It's only once we start using HCl for something else. That's when putting... Even then, this system will still work. actually, now that I think about it. So that's a pretty low priority. Maybe it's only when I have something else in the train network that's creating sodium hydroxide as a byproduct. Then maybe I'll put it on the train network. Handle wagon upgrades. Yeah, I guess now could be a good time for that before we get too deep into the train network business. I'm gonna go up to 50 loaders now that we're a bit more rich when it comes to things like steel and circuits. Even circuits, though, I'm not rich in circuits. In fact, you can see we are not rich in circuits. I do have a bunch banked up, though. I should probably buffer those in line with the chest, maybe. Oh well, I'm pretty sure we have enough over the course of time, so I think we're okay. Anyway, maybe put oxygen into trash network. Oh, are we really gonna request oxygen via train? Oxygen just feels like such an easy thing to make wherever we want it. It costs a lot of power though, and it's really wasteful to be making oxygen in some places, hydrogen in other places, trashing oxygen in some places. Like, having it all on the train network would certainly save me a lot of power. Anyway, so the wagon upgrade thing is a pretty easy situation. We just need to make sure we have a second loader for every situation that's only got one. This is actually, well, there are going to be some problems, I guess, because, like, this is going to be a problem right here that we'll have to fix. So this way things will still work properly when we've got upgraded wagons, which is still a ways away, as far as I remember. Wagon. Yeah, we're still a ways away from that, because we need Pi 2 science, and then we also need whatever these things are. Shaft 2, which needs stainless steel, which is a big deal. Molten stainless steel is rough. You need that cobalt extract, you need phosphate, you need ferrochrome, sulfur, brakes too. Oh, we need aramid and advanced small parts and actual stainless steel, and then we need all this. Yeah, we're not gonna see them for a long time, but I just want to start making my normal blueprints ones that handle it. So, okay, these aren't gonna need anything. I'm kind of working through it one block at a time. So this block is good to go. We're not going to upgrade the wagons, which I think I already may have mentioned even. Okay, so 1, 2, 2. Pick those up. It's hard because these stations don't even have anything in them yet, but it'll be nice later if I just have it all set up already for the proper wagon type. Oops, did not mean to exit map view. We also want to mergeify these since I'm here. Mergeify those. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Connect wire. All right. Those don't need anything. Okay, there's a bunch here. Oh, I'm not doing anything with BioCrud yet, am I? That needs to go on the list. That's good. This is good. This one... I need that there, and then... can you not... Yeah, I don't think... There we go. Thank you, construction bot. Goes there, that goes there. And the added benefit is that, for now, everything will just go twice as fast as we currently have it going anyway. So trains will load and unload faster. So that's just a nice little benefit. Boom. Boom. Connect. Okay. Unload. Unload. That's done. All right, so I've worked through the, let's do the big one last. Let's do this one. So biomass needs, I mean, it'll be a weird, let's just do one there. And for a penny and for a pound, I guess. And this is my multi-provider of this block. So that's connected. This is requesting something. This is requesting something. This is providing one thing. Okay. And we're out of loaders now. Well, it's about to get worse. It's about to get a lot worse. This is a little unfortunate because I can only fit one on that second train wagon. Guess that's fine. That one can go there. That's on the second train wagon. I already had that one set up, funnily enough. And then this one for the trashing is also gonna need a double back there, double there. Wait, that one was wrong, and I never fixed it. I fixed my blueprint, but I didn't fix that one. I'm glad we caught that just now. That could have broken things. But I think that's it. I think that's all our train stations. Now our accounting for tier 2 wagons, and then what we need to do is go into our main blueprints and account for everything. I think what I'm gonna do is move this to there so that we don't, yeah. Okay. So that will be my new version of the Super Trasher. By the way, if you guys want these blueprints for train stuff, I'm totally happy to share them. Just hit me up on Discord with a ping and I'll upload it for you. I don't have it like uploaded somewhere on the interwebs right now, so that's just the easiest way to do it. Okay, and then what we want to do is move this one. Wait, did I have? Yeah. The chests separate. Okay, so this is now my basic requester. And then basic provider. And then basic multi-provider. think all that stuff is fine. Basic multi-provider. Okay. So that should be good, and I think we are now handling, once those 22 loaders are done, what we need to be handling. Let's go ahead and ride over here and deal with those circuits real quick. So what we're gonna do is take... What belt side are these meant to be on? I think they're meant... We'll just say they only go on that side from the very beginning. So... So we'll just make sure we're doing something like that. But anyway, we just want... chest. And then I don't think I need to actually buffer them here for my own purposes. And I'm just gonna let them build up because they're not really expensive for me anymore. So we'll just let that build up as much as we can. And then what I might do, because I've been taking them from over here, I might add another slot for... That was actually supposed to be landfill, apparently. I might add another slot for circuits right there. And then I have another space for grabbing 200 or 400 at a time for my own personal use. Because, yeah, these need a lot of inserters, which needs a lot of circuits, so... Do we ever get a better circuit recipe, I wonder? No, that's it. We just can make them faster and make all these other things faster. But yeah, it's pretty much, it is what it is. There's no cheapening it. But yeah, like all the plates become basically free. So it's really the substrate that kind of is the harder thing to mass produce, and Formica does have an alternate. Well, I guess it's only a turd recipe. No, there's this one, the melamine resin, and we actually have already unlocked that, so I already can make this. Interesting. Because the rest of stuff is mostly just ceramic and tin, copper and ceramic. And ceramic is just power, right? Because it's steam in a clay pit, which is water in a boiler. I'm pretty sure ceramic is just straight up free. I should make a blueprint for that. Like a nice dense ceramic generation. And then we've got coke, glass, tin. And then we've got coke plus a step, glass, copper, iron, vacuums free, solder, we've got a ton of. So yeah, really, I could mass produce circuits at this point. If I make that other Formica recipe. Because this one's a little messy with formaldehyde needing the methane, fiber, sap, treated wood needing creosote. Instead, we can just do fiberboard. Well, I guess we still need treated wood and fiber, but then it's hydroxide and steam instead of sap and methane. So that part's better. And I'm guessing, yeah, we're gonna get 10 Formica out of one of these recipes. 3 treated wood and 5 fiber gets me 10 Formica. Whereas here, 2 treated wood and 5 fiber only gets me 1. So the amount of fiber and treated wood goes down to basically 0. I mean, not literally, but comparatively, it's 1/10 the amount of fiber. And like 1/7 the amount of treated wood. But then we also need that other thing, which was what? Melamine resin. And that does also need the formaldehyde. But now, instead of 50 formaldehyde making 1 formica, it's 50 formaldehyde making 5 formica. So it's 5xing the formaldehyde. And that's coming from the methane, by the way, copper and methane. So we're 5xing the formaldehyde's output, but then we need these new things, melamine and urea. And that's instead of needing sap, I guess. I mean, we need a tiny amount of sodium hydroxide, but that's kind of free. So yeah, I guess you're getting a huge boost in formica output at the cost of melamine and urea. And we're already making those things. 20 melamine. That's only 1 cyanic and 1 ammonia. Which is basically 2/3 of a urea per melamine. So that's like another 13 urea. So this is basically just 18 urea is another way to say this. Ugh, Sogna bacteria. Okay, what are we actually doing? I don't really know. What's next? I don't think this to-do list really... Hey, we did that. Deal with slaughterhouse junk. You know, this is probably getting scary, isn't it? Yep, sure is. That one's still okay. This one's probably backed up again. No, not quite, but it's getting there. So much jerky. And then is there one other slaughterhouse, or was that it? I think that was it. Okay, well, I don't think it's quite time to deal with it. We can make free phytoplankton. We can make a bunch of biomass. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of animal stuff flying around at some point. Okay, but that's not where I'm going right now. Let's look towards progress. I actually think we're in a good space. And just to make my fears go away, I will at least further delay having to deal with these problems of animal junk. So the Vrauk one. I mean, I think what I'll do is I'll just move chitin and turkey. Because that's what most of this is, because those are the only two things that we end up with from Vrauks. So we'll fill that one with chitin and jerky, and that'll be great. And then okay. And then down here with the fishies. That is actually not close to full. We're only, and that, a lot of that filling up probably happened because of the first time we filled up the fish oil tank. I mean, if we look at fish oil over the years, we've only used 20,000. So most of this came from just the buffer in the first. So I'm actually not worried about that one. So it's really this one that I'm more worried about. And why don't we do the same idea where we move over chitin. I'm not using chitin. And jerky, because I'm not using jerky. Oh, there is no... What am I talking about? There's no chitin at all in here. Why did that... Wait. That's... There is chitin in here. How did that get in here? Oh, wait. Doesn't like this decay... No, one of the... Something decays into chitin. What is it? It's the Sarcoris. That's how we got that. Yeah, I was like, what the heck is going on here? Alright, so... Chitin I'm not worried about. Instead, we want biocrud and jerky. Because those two are not needed at all. And that's what most things spoil into. And I guess skin is just not needed. We're just getting too much skin. So we could do an overflow of skin if we wanted. Like if skin is above a certain number. Like maybe skin above 2,000. Like that, but this only runs if skin is greater than 2,000. Okay, so now I feel pretty comfy with not having to deal with animal stuff for a while. Hopefully by the time that one's filled up, we'll be ready. I'm just not ready for it yet. I don't see the need for it. As we start to put a lot of this stuff, like cotton guts and things, onto the train network, then I'll start to be ready for it. So like, we will do it before Pi2 is done, or by the time that Pi2 is done. So I don't think it'll be that many hours. Okay, so what's next? What's actual progress look like here? There's going to be a mixture of putting a lot of things onto the network, making some new animals like Corlex. Fiber needs to go on the network. Okay, so fiber on trains. What's a Corlex? Or more accurately, how is a Corlex? So a Corlex... We know it's like a cow, a weird reptilian cow thing. What do we need for it? Oh. cDNA, cow DNA samples. And fetal serum and artificial blood. Okay. And that needs albumin and the Flutec PP6, which is the cobalt fluoride and decalin. Okay, and the cobalt fluoride is cobalt extract, rare earth oxides, acid gas, and hot air. Ugh. So the rare earth stuff is going to be needed to frost. GMO tuber, aka potatoes. I'm gonna have to work towards arcads at some point. Do we even need Ulrichs? We're researching Ulrichs. I don't even know if I need them. What other researches could be handy? I feel like that one could be handy. We're gonna need MIB-C, but I don't need it yet. The phosphorus processing is gonna be needed for a few things, I think. Silver will be needed at some point. cooling tower? Huh. I don't actually think I need that yet, but it's pretty cheap. Wait, what? We already have these. Oh, that must have been the Bob's inserters change. I guess I'll research them, but I don't actually think they're doing anything. Zinc processing too. We'll definitely need methanol processing. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're kind of just moseying our way through the tech tree. So fiber on trains is probably a good next goal. And let's think about fiber. And by fiber, I mean raw fiber. Fiber is actually processed fiber. Processed raw fiber. So raw fiber. Oh, we could start making kick-alk. Did we research kick-alk yet? I don't know if we did. No, let's queue that up. Because that allows us to have, first of all, a straight to coal dust recipe. And then, weren't we looking at kick-alk versus wood and we actually liked the wood version better? I'm pretty sure we already did that. Oh, I guess it was biomass. That's what it was. I liked the wood. 15 biomass from wood was better than 15 biomass from kick-alk. Though, now that I'm looking at it, 4 fastwood forestries versus 8 kick-alk plantations, when this one's simpler, isn't that much different. And the clay is free. Sand is not free, but it's a tiny amount. And it will be free eventually. Actually, wait, no, sand is free. Sand just comes from soil, right? If we wash soil, it just turns into sand, doesn't it? Yeah, so sand is actually not that hard to get in smallish quantities. It's stone and gravel that are not free yet. Okay, so anyway, we want to look at fiber then. I guess we should make it just a new one. So fiber, just the regular kind. When do I get... So kick-alk plantations apparently can just make fiber as well. That's what I'm a little confused by. Rather than turning... Is that only in future kick-alk? Is that stage 2 and beyond? Because none of these are producing straight fiber. But it's possible that kick-alk stage 2 does that. Or it's a turd. It might be a turd upgrade. Yeah, it must be a turd upgrade. Which we don't get until pyscience pack 3. Anyway, okay, I don't need to worry about that at this moment. So, option 1, this is not the right recipe. Option 1 for fiber. Where is this the right recipe? It's the right recipe, it's the wrong wood processing unit. There we go. So 10 wood, which comes from 1 log. which is like 2 fast wood forestries, roughly. Okay. Or alternatively, we can smush up some cacao. I didn't want you to be in the block. I wanted you to be out of the block. In the tree, part of the tree. Alright, I'm not gonna make 15 raw fiber, don't worry. But if I did, sheesh, I would need 75 wood processing units. That is insane. Or only 30 if they're chopping up some dandelions here. And then the recipe we know is, oh gosh, show locked, show hidden. But we need to show disabled because that just means unresearched. I think it's that one and that one. Those are the main 2 options. Ooh, 60 or 90. That's not even accounting for the seeds, which need to be matrix solved. Okay, that doesn't really make sense. I guess it's decided which one it's using. It's using this one in both cases. What if I didn't have this one? There we go. 225 with the other recipe. Yeah, I mean, this one's just twice as efficient, so we're definitely going to use it to make kickouts. But yeah, so the main idea here is kickout is just not good at stage 1 compared to wood. And especially doubly so when you have the upgrade that I have, which gives you twice as much wood per log. There were other options, right, for my turd that I chose. We could have done quadrupling the fiber from wood. That would have made this even better, though. Actually, no, that's still... Why does that say 1.5x fiber? That doesn't really make sense. Oh, 1.5x fiber, not raw fiber. Oh, okay, I guess that sort of makes sense. That's weird, though, because that's more about just tons of extra raw fiber. Anyway, I did this one, which doubled the amount of wood, which also doubles the amount of fiber, but it's not quite as effective as quadrupling. And then there was that internal burner one, which gave productivity and speed. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point right now is that kickalc is just not that good for fiber, and I feel like I've always been told by a bunch of other people that kickalc is amazing for fiber, and it just isn't. Not yet, anyway. That might change with higher forms of kickalc, but for now, wood is far superior. Yeah, I need twice as many wood processing units, but I need basically 1/10 as many fastwood forestries as I do kickalc plantations. And even looking at the power requirement, it's not even close. Now, I'm also ignoring the tree seedling cost and the ash cost here, and the muddy sludge and the carbon dioxide. So those are not zero. Yeah, I mean, let's see, like, how much... I can just look over here. What percentage of the biomass goes to making... this is the wrong recipe. This is my old tree recipe. What's going on here? What's going on here? Where did I do the... Here it is. This is the build I was looking for. So, the amount of biomass... 4 biomass comes from 0.73, so it's like 1/40th of our wood output actually is required as the carbon dioxide. And then as far as tree seedlings, it's even less than that. Added together, that's about 1.1. I guess 1.2 wood. 1.2 out of 30 is 1/25, 4%. So only 4% of my production is required to go back into tree seedlings and CO2. And the muddy sludge is free with some soil extract. I guess that's actually a pretty significant amount now that I'm looking at it. Like, we need more than one soil extractor and washer per fastwood forestry. It's almost 2 to 1. So that means 4 buildings per fastwood forestry. So I guess that adds up a little bit. Because in this kickalc world, in a world filled with kickalc, you don't have that huge muddy sludge and ash and stuff requirement. You do need some sand. Let's just glance at what that would take to compare and contrast. Yeah, it's not anywhere near as much. And then the clay is only a few clay pits, and that's only like 1 boiler, so yeah, that's not a big deal. So the peripheral objects needed are far lower for the kickalc version, whereas this one is going to need kind of an absurd amount of, yeah, that's kind of a lot now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe this is easier. It's definitely simpler. Okay, what about when I add in the tree seedlings? And then, yeah, that's actually kind of a lot of moss too. We start doing the moss, then we need even more muddy sludge. And then we need the CO2, which is 11 biomass. Now that part's not an issue, because we want ingredient, wood, and then it's at the bottom here. So we're using up 2 of our 75 wood. Yeah, that's not really that big of a deal. Okay, and then the tree seeds also use up a little bit of wood. That's fine. Okay, so this is really mostly the cost. I guess I should see how many. Yeah, it's only 1 assembler. So 186 building. Oh, well, I guess when we really boil it down, the moss farms, plus the washers, plus the soil extractors, plus the botanical nurseries that we need to run these fastwood forestries. Okay, I take back what I said a little bit about kickalc being so much worse. It's really not. Now, if you had the turd that gave you quadruple fiber from wood, I think this would still win by a landslide, because this would be cut all of this in half. Basically, that would obviously be better. But here, it's a bit more even on building count. Power-wise, the kickalc is still worse, but it's also just simplicity-wise, kickalc is a lot better. So I'll probably build out this one, and I will build it to be a 1/4 of this to start. I don't even know if I can handle 30 kickalc plantations, but that's at least the goal. So first we need to figure out, can we even build kickalc and afford all the, like, how do we actually make the first ones? Okay, I need to collect up some poor alien samples. We've already got DNA collected. That makes 1 kickalc a piece. And to make 5 seeds, we need 2 kickouts. And then we need 15 seeds to run the first recipe. So 15 seeds means I need 6 kickout. And then I need 1 more kickout to actually run the plantation, minimum. So that means I need like 8 or 9 if I really want to go for it. Let's say 9 kickout codex, jeez. Okay, well that's the current path. I'm realizing that I would like to have some tinned cable waiting for me sometimes. So we're gonna have that thing make some tinned cable over time. And let's load in a bit more tin. 26. Alright, while we're here, we'll just do all the things. Wait, what am I doing? 1 to 1s, 50. 1 to 2s, 100. T junctions, 50. L junctions, 50. 1 to 1, or I junctions. Get rid of the yellows. Hey, we've got loaders again. Go team. Okay, what was I doing? I was just gearing up to get a bunch of kickouts, which cost a bunch of tin cable and circuits. And we're still 40 minutes away from researching this, so we got a minute, but I am gonna need like a lot of resources. So let's start with the boiler, the clay pit. I already have it, I just minimized it. Alright, washer. Boiler of electric. I need iron plates. Clay pit. Botanical nursery. Also needs iron. Alright. There's that. Boiler. Boom, boom, soil extractor 2. Boom, 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 boom. And then wood processing units. Wow, that's a lot of copper cable. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's literally all we need there. We will import lamps. And I need some pump jacks as usual, but that's just something we always want to have on hand. Let's get rid of some things here. A lot of random trash. Alright, that looks a little better. And then we're gonna need to make 30 kickout plantations. Okay, and those are gonna cost what now? Okay, so I need to add a 0 and then triple it. So I'm gonna need 150 intermetallics. 30 botanical nurseries, oh my god. 750 steel plates, 1200 duralumin, and 900 glass. Okay, I wasn't really ready for 30 botanical nurseries. Oh my gosh. And botanical nurseries cost a fluid mining drill and a soil extractor. So this is really gonna add up. Yeah, we need a bot mall soon. We really need a bot mall soon. I think it's coming. It's only getting closer. It's only getting closer. Let's grab some glass. And then we're gonna need more planter boxes. Because these are 10 apiece. We need 30. We need 300 planter boxes. Good thing I'm stocking them up. Air core inductors, we're gonna need 150. All parts I'm good on. Iron. I don't even know what we're missing. Oh, burner miner drills and stuff. Alright, that's still not good enough. I need more air core inductors. Okay, that's still not good enough. I'm out of iron plates. That's pretty standard. Standard fare. There we go. Down to more air core inductors. Yeah, playing whack-a-mole with ingredients is really not my favorite game. Alright. What are we at now? 17. So that should be 20. And now we're out of what? Small parts? Okay. 25. Now we're out of iron again. And then I need more burner drills, and that'll be it. Sheesh. Oh, and more tubes. I'd like some iron tubes, please. Wow. Wait, no, that is 30. Hold on, we're good. Well, and I need 2 more, I guess. Wow. Okay, there's a big portion of the cost already done. And then... we needed a bunch of duralumin. What was it? It was like 1,200 duralumin? What was it? Yep, unfortunately, 1,200 duralumin. Sheesh. Okay, I'll probably wait on that part, because I don't think I have the inventory space for all that. Now, where are we going to build Kickout? And before we build it, we need to investigate a couple other things, like, is Kickout... Is Kickout good? It's used in a bunch of other things, but mostly just animal-related stuff. Chelators. Or collators, or collators, or kellators. There's like 10 different ways you could pronounce that. Is it a ch or a k? And then is it tors, or ters, or ators, or ators? There's so many ways you could pronounce that word. Anyway, we're not gonna need that for a while. So I'm just trying to think, like, do we want to make a little bit of extra kickout and provide it? Because it's used for Corlexes and Fegnots, and or however you pronounce those as well. Do we need it for all Corlexes? Because I'm just now realizing, like, we might not even need Kickout? But I thought we did. Like, I thought we had a hard need for it, not a soft need. Corlex, all Corlexes might require it. Let me look. I don't need it to make... Yeah. And we need 2 fresh seeds for Corlex pups. Cow DNA sample. It's just green packs. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So for Corlex, grow the pups ups strategy requires Corlex food. Like, there's not a way around that. We have to have Corlex food. We have to have Tufro. We have to have Kickalk. And the food requires also Kickalk seeds. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going to need to export Kickalk seeds as well. Okay. That's good to know. So we're gonna need to export kick-out seeds, and fiber all from this kick-out area. So I wanna make all three able to be output, and I wanna make it expandable. As far as which one's prioritized over which one, I don't think I'm gonna deal with that. I think I'm just gonna let them all back up. And if we run out of them, we run out of them, and we need more kick-out plantations. Because in a form, they kind of all produce seeds or kick-outs or fiber, you know, depending on which way we run it. Which probably also means I might need a couple extra botanical nurseries, just to handle if seeds are the thing we're needing in that moment. So I'll probably do 4 instead of 2. And that way we can output some extra kick-out seeds. Okay, I like that. We'll get this built somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Maybe here? We wanted to save this block for something, but maybe, I mean, yeah, let's build it down here. I feel like we're starting to go too far away. Like, we've got all this base around my base. At this point, even building down here is closer than building over there. I also will probably connect these at some point. But anyway, for now, let's just build it. Let's build it right here. Why not? Okay. Let's build it right there. And I don't really know what I'm building right now. I guess we're designing the requests and the stations and stuff because we still have 23 minutes. I mean, we need to be done with this episode anyway, but we have 23 minutes till the research is even done. But honestly, we're not gonna be done doing this stuff by then anyway. We already know that's true. Okay, so the multi-provider is gonna be perfect for providing all these different things. So that's where we will provide our nonsense. And then this will just be a multi-requester. I'm not gonna need a trasher in this case, as far as I know. But I am just gonna get that prepped, so that's already ready. Already ready. And then we're gonna be requesting lamps. And that's it, right? That is the only thing we need, and it's pretty small. You know, if we add 3 zeros, it's only 125 times 3 an hour, so 375 an hour. So we can do 10 stacks of lamps at a time. And we'll request, that is the right thing, I don't know, 15 stacks. Call it a day. So this is kick out. Lamp R. Or just kick out inputs. Maybe I'll do inp. In just looks weird because in is a word already, right? And so like I think I prefer having input there. Anyway, there's the lamps. So then the lamps will come. First of all, we'll build it over here. Yeah, these are pretty big is what I remembered. I'll probably do 4 rows. So let's do the fiber processing. It's gonna be maybe here-ish. Something like that. And then the nursery. So we're gonna have kick out running. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be perfect. So we'll have the nurseries. Something like here. I might go 1 more space. And then this stuff I'll do like on the bottom, and then we'll just have hella plantations over here. So we'll have to figure that out. The water is gonna go in. Might need 2 squares. I mean, this is where like a sushi build could make a lot of sense because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in, 1 out, which would be a lot of belts if I'm just letting them get backed up. So I'm thinking sushi. Nothing spoils, as far as I know. So that's good. And then I'm kind of optimistic that we can do all of this together. Because I can do that. And then we've got a belt. And the underground can be extended. And then we've got long inserters. So I can take from and put onto the belt. What's our total rate? I guess we need to look at our item rate. So total item rate is 0.5, 2.375, 4, 4.125. I mean, this can all fit on 1 lane. So that I'm comfy doing sushi whenever that's the case, right? Like we don't even have to worry about. Yeah. Cuz I don't want the required density of a sushi belt. If it's like 10 items a second or more, that's starting to feel like too much for me. But this is below 7.5, so I think we can manage that properly with sushi. And then I can do power pole, and if we're lucky, the power pole will reach the next one. And I can't actually tell. Is that connecting? Don't think it is. Which means... What that actually means? Does that mean we're screwed? Are we really that close? We just need 1 more tile. But yeah, those are... not connecting. I guess we have to do it like that. It uses an extra underground is what I'm not happy about. But yeah, we take from and put back on. Okay. And then if I'm being really organized, I want to put onto a certain side of the belt. So let's just say we always put onto the right side going down. Okay. So that is now that build, and then we're gonna probably loop the sushi down and up and back. It's gonna be a long journey. 30 of these bad boys. It's only 6. Jesus. All right, that's 10. That's 20. We need to extend this by 6 more. This is nuts. Alright, well I guess we're just building 2 more than I thought, because that'll be a nice even amount here. And then this comes over. Yeah, I mean, that should do it. Wow, this is gonna take a while to spin up, because each of these has how many module slots? I don't know how many that is 3, 3. This is 12. Okay. 20. So 32. This is gonna need 640 kickout to get all of these buildings filled. That's kind of nuts. All right. So there is our sushi looper. We're gonna have to do some rough measurements to make sure we have enough of everything on the belt. And then let's set up our clay pit. Ooh, the clay pit will stack 2 at a time, which is nice. Clay pit, boiler, washer. I feel like I'm missing something. Soil extractor. Yeah, do it like that. But then the steam is right next to. I guess I can do this. And then I can do that connects to these. Okay. And they all get powered with 1 power pole. That's very satisfying. Now we do have a bit of a muddy sludge issue. Now we don't have a bit of a muddy sludge issue. And then that's making steam, that's making clay, the clay, okay, and that's making sand. Perfect. Sand rate is 1.25. I mean, I think I can just do that. That should go into the close side of the belt. All right, and then this will kind of side load onto our sushi looper. So then we're gonna have a couple things. So priority 1 is kickout goes back to making seeds. And then seeds are gonna have a bit of a weird journey where they're gonna start going back home, but then some of them are gonna end up going towards the trains again. So we're gonna have some sort of like priority output. And then seeds that we don't need will go back this way. But then this is gonna cause all kickout to go into seeds for a while. So we almost need some sort of initial collection area for kickout. Just so that I have a bunch to put back in as modules. Because for a while we're just not gonna have enough modules. And then the rate on these is 0.4 in, 1 out. Okay. So 0.4 in, 0.4 in, 1 out, 1 out. I guess this one should be there. Okay. Them actually powered up. We need to be done with this episode. I'm sorry, I've gone way too long for my own self. We're 1 hour and 24 minutes in. We will finish this in the, well, I don't know if we'll finish it, but we'll definitely keep working on it in the next episode. For now, I think we need to be done. I got lost in the sauce as usual with pyanodons. I love it. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next episode.